He says he is proof of what can happen when parents don't spend quality time with their children.
Me and my brother, we were getting abused at home, and because of that abuse, it pushed me and my brother into the streets.
Would you believe Demetrias Dale Charles became a gang member when he was just 8 years old?
They showed us love, a false sense of love, as I come to understand it.
His brother was only 7 and in one of the most notorious gangs in the country.
Snatching purses, we were small, so they would push us into windows of people's homes and have us go and open the door.
Charles knows from experience how gangs prey on and recruit kids who aren't getting what they need at home.
Yeah, I got into a shootout with the Los Angeles Police Department when I was 18 years old. I robbed an undercover police officer.
The now 40-year-old has survived more than you can imagine. He spent years as a teenager and young man locked behind bars.
I was 2 cells away from Charles Manson, and in the same section as Sirhan.
He points out gangs steal much more than money and goods, but also futures.
You don't even realize that you're suffering because you grew up in it. You think this is normal, but this is not normal. Man, I missed out on life.
Charles' little brother is still incarcerated. He's been in prison 23 years after being sentenced 15 to life.
He got into a shootout with some gang members in the Crenshaw bowling alley, and the lady, one of the ladies got killed. She was covering her kids, and she's innocent bystander. This is the price that we pay, and all gang members pay when they out here in the streets and they holding guns or knives and they're inflicting violence on the public. I started selling crack cocaine, weed. Started doing credit card forgeries. At one point, I was making $25,000 in 2.5 hours.
After spending just about his whole life in a gang and doing all that comes with it, Charles wanted out.
I walked away. I simply just walked away.
He left California, came back to the Houston area where he was born, and wrote a book called Playing in the Streets, A Life Minus Love Equals Pain. That was more than a decade ago.
Yeah, this is my story. This is how God changed my life. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, I give away more books than I sell.
Charles is now proud to make an honest living working at a fast food restaurant. He's telling anyone who will listen his story, especially kids.
I'm going to talk about my life, and I'm going to try to encourage these young kids not to go down the same route I went. You can't get a good job. It's like you have this stigma on you the rest of your life.
Charles may have gotten a late start, but he says he's on the right path now. Remember, he says one thing could have kept him from a life of crime and gangs. Parents who cared enough to raise him the right way.
Don't get tired of fighting for your kids. Love your kids. Give your kids your all. At the end of the day, people are going to look at my story and they're going to say, wow, if Demetrias can do it, then I can do it.
And Demetrias Charles says it can be very dangerous to walk away from a gang. He says if you are in that position and you want out, find someone or some organization you trust and tell them you need help escaping a gang. All right,